couldn't be with him. But I loved him. So how do you let go of somebody, especially when you loved them for 10 years?
How do you lead somebody on, especially know that you loved them for 10 years?
Because it's not purposely leading them on.
We both knew that we couldn't be together.
No, I understand you. I feel like I'm going through this.
Oh, God.
Eye to eye. And I've come to terms with that. Anyways.
Because you know that doesn't make sense, right?
It does, because I understand her.
You understand it, so it makes sense.
I understand.
You know that both of you cannot make sense?
Hold on, let me ask you something. So you've never had a hard time letting go of a girl?
Actually, no.
Oh, excuse me.
No, I haven't. I mean, I felt like that. Like, I didn't want to let her go. One of my exes when I was 18 and I dated this girl for 2 years and some change. And, you know, at some point in time, I was like, yo, you know what? Like, when I went to college and we broke up, then I came back. I was like, yo, let's fix this, right? But then I realized, I'm like, you know what? You talking to somebody? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm talking to somebody too, but I'll drop him if you drop him. And she's like, all right, cool. But then I was like, you know what? You deserve to actually experience. Like, I know that we were both young. Did I regret it for like 3 to 5 months? Hell yeah. I'm like, damn, I miss my girl. Like, then she dated this guy, and I'm like, yo, he's a bozo. Like, are you serious? And it got me mad because he used to ask me every day, like, yo, y'all still dating? Yo, y'all still dating? Throughout our whole relationship.
Oh, he was plotting on her.
Yeah, but he wasn't really my friend. He was more so like an acquaintance.
But he was plotting.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, with that. Like, you still dating her? I'm waiting my turn.
Yeah, I waited my turn. Exactly, yep. But I let her go, and I let her go to that guy, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I just went and did my own thing. But, like, when it comes, like, my thing is I don't like wasting my time. So if I like you a lot, you like me a lot, and I know that it's not going to work, I'm just like, yo, go ahead, we'll be friends, we'll maybe have sex sometime in the near future, and that's as far as it's going to go. Because I don't take advantage of people that often.
Have that ending in there that often.
I've been advantage a couple times. Yeah.
But in my case, that was my first love, so.
Yeah. And I think that's understandable. I think
Did
sometimes.
you lose your virginity to him? That's why. Well, some people don't lose their virginity to people that.
No.
Yeah, he was my first, so, and we were together since I was 13.
That's why I like taking virginities. So.
I mean, virginity or not, because I feel like I've been in that situation and it wasn't because I lost my virginity. I feel like when you have comfortability with somebody and you love somebody, it's not easy to just walk away. No. Regardless of the situation, especially if you're in a situation like that where you both know that you are not good for each other and you both know that you're unhealthy for each other, and it's literally like we have no choice but to step away from the situation, and then naturally you guys are drawn to each other because there's still love there. So that's understandable.
Yeah, and it's like a thing, like we noticed this probably like at the ending of the relationship. Like I would say like maybe a year before it was actually over. Like we were just like, damn, like we really just don't get along. Like
well, they
we
say
fight like cats and dogs. Like we just can't.
They say long relationships have long breakups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also feel like for people when they break up, for people not to be attached to each other, especially if you've been with the person for a long time, I feel like there has to be some type of detrimental situation that breaks the relationship, causing each other to like hate each other, causing ill feelings amongst each other. Otherwise, if you're both agreeing to break up, then naturally you're not going to have those ill feelings, and you may still miss that person, you may still crave that person or want that person, especially if you're not that type of girl or man to just go sleep around with just anybody.
That means you're going to have those ill feelings.
Exactly. No, she hit it right.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. There's no way she did. Nah, because as soon as you...
Because he's the Aquarius.
Nah, as soon as you miss that...
It's because he's the Aquarius.
No, let's be realistic, Nace. As soon as you miss that person and you crave that person and they stop answering your calls, them ill feelings start to bubble up. It's like, oh, okay. And then next thing you know, those ill feelings become reality.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I can see that happening.
I had to get this sound right.
Yeah.
YouTube is the classic, because they'll let you know. So we got the sound right.
All right, cool.
All right. So today we want to talk about the age thing. So there's a study that's going on right now, a big study saying that older women are dating younger men, and it's like a big thing now. So I know we spoke about this a while back, but What is a good age gap, and what is the threshold that turns you from cougar or to sugar daddy to like I'm just dating older?
Oh, I feel like as a woman, I mean, I'm 31 years old right now. I know personally, I know a woman who I'm very cool with who is 51.
Can you say
And
this? Can you speak from an unbiased standpoint? As a woman,
I will try.
As a woman, I need you to be unbiased as a woman.
Okay, I will try.
Wow.
And listen, I can't promise anything, but I'll try. And I know a female, like I said, I'm very close with her. She's 51, and she actually does mess around with younger guys. She loves messing around with younger guys. And recently, I had a young guy holler at me. He was 19. I actually get young guys holler at me all the time because they think I'm young. They think I'm in my 20s, but I'm not. But just recently, I had like a 19-year-old come up to me. He was super cute, like super, super cute, like blue eyes, like baby face, like really, really cute. And
That's the problem.
I was just like, if only you were older, like, you know. And to him, he was a great talker, like, oh, you know, like age has nothing to do with it, da 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 da. And I'm just like, yeah, no, you could be like my child, like this is not gonna happen, like, you know. And it's like that's like a mental thing for me, but I know there are women clearly outside that do sleep with younger men. And what my friend told me, the 51-year-old that is sleeping around with younger men, she tells me that it's a different experience for her in a sense that these men, you know, caress her body different. They look at her different. Like they look at her in awe almost, like, oh my God, you're this beautiful woman. You're this grown woman. Like they caress her different from men her age. So, hey, if you're out here sleeping with young guys and that's what they're doing, great. It's not for me, but to each his own, you know, there's a no judgment zone.
Terrible. Okay, all right, so I'm going to tell you something. As a young kid who had gotten a couple cougars in my day, you know, even as a young adult, I got in a couple cougars as my day.
Speaking about
Yeah.
one of the only people that I know who openly just be like, yo, hey, I'll take him 45.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so like there's levels like as a kid. See, like when he's in your situation, the only reason why he failed at you was because he was so cute. If he wasn't so cute, which insinuates he's young looking.
Even if he looked manly or handsome.
Nah, if he had that man to him and then you didn't know he was 19, he would have got you.
But I'm gonna ask him his age before I sleep with him, Rico.
Yeah, but yo, you know dudes lie about their age too.
That's true.
I used to lie about, look, I had, when I was 20 years
That's
old,
true.
the biggest, like when I was 20 years old, I had my first experience, she was like 33 or 34. It's like 13, 14 years, a big age gap. Yeah. Now, that's a cougar to me, but she's like on the borderline of cougar because I'd still consider that kind of young.
Yeah.
Right? But the only thing that makes a young kid, attracted to an older lady is the simple fact that she's older. You understand that? So it's not like, it's not that she's in awe and she's beautiful, like she could be, but she's not more beautiful 9 times out of 10 than somebody that's relatively close to his age. Like a 45-year-old is most likely not as beautiful as a 25-year-old. That's just common sense. So when we hear that you're 45, it's like something that's exciting inside of us. Like, oh, I'm about to get me an older one. Let me see how good my game is.
So even if she's not attractive.
Even if she's regular, a young kid will hit it just to tell his homies, yo, I just got a 45-year-old and we 22.
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
I'm lit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you know, I do agree that people, guys end up lying about their age. Cause funny story, my parents, that actually happened with my parents. Like my stepfather, he lied to my mom when they first met. My mom was a cheerleading coach and he was on the cheerleading team. He was a cheerleader.
What is going on?
Yes, my stepdad was a cheerleader.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Dad. But
that's wow.
when he got on the team, he was actually 16 years old, and he told my mom that he was, I believe, 19, 20.
That's statutory rape.
Yeah, and they were around for a while, and on his 18th birthday, right? She thought that he was like 21 or turning 22 or something like that. And she showed up to his house. He lived with his mother at the time. And she showed up to the house with the birthday cake and the gifts and to be like, happy birthday. And that was like the first time that she was really seeing his mom. And the mom was like, "What are you doing here for my 18-year-old son?" And she's like, "18? Like, what?" And that's how she found out my dad's real age.
You know what?
But they were already together for like 3 years. So my mom accepted it and just stayed with him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? I'm not gonna. This is a no judgment
Because he was
zone.
lying about his age the whole time.
Yo, but like, see, here's the thing, right? And if you are a kid, no shade. I'm not. This is just my opinion, right? And I even said this to the woman that I was seeing that was older, like almost 20 years older than me.
How do you feel about that though? When the fact that she's older than you.
That's what I'm about to say. So when you're a younger kid, right, and you're dating an older person, if you talking to them from a long enough period of time, so the time frame that I'm speaking of is for you to get into your young adulthood, right? My mic? It's not touching anything.
It's chains.
You hearing it now?
It's your chains. It's your chains.
All right. So I got it. So what was I saying? So how you feel when you're a young kid, right? So let's say I'm 18, I'm 19, and I'm dating somebody who's 38, right? Mm-hmm. So they're roughly 20 years older than me, right? Then from there, like I said, we grow in the next 5 years. That kid, and this is what happened to me, you're gonna realize that adult is very childish. Because like there's no way that the mentalities could be the same that far apart from each other. So like when an older guy dates a younger girl, typically girls are always, more mature at their age than what they really are. So when it's the flip, when the woman is dating a kid, that shows a lot about her as a woman or where her intellect is.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
I have a question.
I agree with that.
I have a question on that. Can we just say common interests, for example?
Oh, I like that one.
Think about it for a second.
I like that one.
I know women who are 45 years old who still want to be in the club. But it'll be very difficult for a woman like that to be with a dude who's 45 because he don't want to be in the club. Mm-hmm. So sometimes people date their age range based on their some people date their age range based on their common interests.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah, but your common interests change as you grow.
Exactly, but that's what Alan is trying to say. Some people don't grow. There are people who are stuck in this mentality or that typically a 40-year-old wouldn't be doing, like clubbing every night. And those will be the ones to typically date younger.
Or the thing is, sometimes people don't get to experience certain things when they're a certain age. And when they get that age, they're like, oh my God, I didn't do this when I was this age.
This is all a cop-out right now because...
No,
it
it's
doesn't.
so true because people go through this. It's like a midlife crisis. A midlife crisis. It's literally a midlife crisis.
But this is what I'm going to say, right? The second that there's a guy who's 50 and he's in a club, he's a creep. So we're not going to sit here and give the woman a pass because she's 50 years old. 45.
I don't think a 50-year-old should be in the club either.
Okay, so then we're not going to say because...
No, but we're not saying that. We're saying common interests.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is your common interest shows a lot about who you are as a person.
Exactly.
Whether or not you got that experience or not.
Or if you're intellectually there, mentally like grown, mature,
yeah, you're
etc.
not there yet. And that's why you dibble and that's why they dibble and dabble with younger crowds. It never made sense to me when people can hang out with such younger people. Yeah. And doesn't like not even just dating,
1,000%.
but like 18-year-old girl. And there's no way that her common interest, because I should be already past that.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But my question for you, Rico, is this. Let's say a woman is 31 years old, and she was pregnant at 18, 17.
Yeah.
She didn't get to go to college. She didn't get to do the whole college experience. She's 31 now. The girls that she worked with, they're all in college. They're all 18, 19. They're having a college party. And she wants to go because now she could go. Should she go to that college party?
No.
I would say if I'm in that situation, there's a balance. You can still, you don't have to do it to the max.
You should not be there.
Like,
it does depend.
Look, there is a guy that was on my football team when I was in college, and he was 29 years old, right? He was 29 years old, and he was looked at as unk to everybody on campus. So if we ever saw him at a party, we'd be like, damn, like this guy about to be 30, we 21. Why is he here with us? You're already, and if you're a woman, you'll get a pass because, like I said, kids will love to have sex. Men will love to have sex with a grown woman.
Yeah.
And the best thing about having sex with a grown woman is I don't got to play the kid games that girls play. See, a grown woman's gonna tell you, I like you, more likely than not. I like you, this is what I like to do, this is how I wanna do it. I wanna have sex with you. And that's how it baited me. I'm like, damn, you wanna have sex with me? I wanna have sex with you too.
Women are really, because if you are really trying to be in a relationship with a younger guy, like Rico said, you do have to keep in mind, have to deal with, because the mental is not the same. You know, it just doesn't make any sense.
I don't think they have a choice. 9 times out of 10, if you
Okay.
as a woman,
I
as an
could
older
get
woman.
that.
Yeah, I get
because
that.
At that point, it's like the guys are either matured to their full extent, or they're just gonna stay stuck to their level of maturity.
But the thing is, like, women lose to women in the sense of comparison.
Yeah, because as guys get older with us women, they're looking for the younger girls. They're not looking for us no more. They're looking for the 20-year-olds and the things
Yep.
like that. So that's why I can see why older women who are single fall for the younger guys, because it's like,
They don't have a choice.
yeah, I mean, in a sense, but
There's-
ladies, you have a choice.
You have a
Be
choice,
strong.
but your options are running thin. You know,
Be strong, ladies.
there's a thing that said that like girls only have 40 summers.
Okay, explain that.
So you have 40 summers, and where your fertility is usually like the most healthiest, right? Usually, right? It can change, but and the most healthiest you have 40 summers, so you have to make your 40 summers count.
Damn, I got 9 more summers.
You got not, but you already got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're really good. But the thing is
I got babies already started.
yeah, you got a child
I
already.
want
so
one
it's
more
good.
though.
All right, well, you can have another one, you know. But so what I'm saying is, when you're older, right? And this is why I mean, like, you only have about 40 summers. So if you're 45 years old, only his potential of having a healthy family, and even your potentials of having a healthy pregnancy, because you run into high-risk pregnancy. So it doesn't work unless you find somebody who does have that common interest and say, I don't want to have kids, which, you know, like I say all the time, the odds are slim to none.
They out there.
Yeah, they're slim. They're slim. They're out there, but it's
I would
slim.
bring up an example, like Madonna, she's dating like somebody that's like 20 something,
Yeah, but like,
and she's like,
yeah.
she has
Yeah.
a whole family, so it's like,
Yeah, but that's because most rich women that are older are usually single. Let me correct this. In the entertainment industry, you know, most successful women that are older are typically single. So they do end up dating, like I said, younger people, and that's typically because successful men usually are married. Successful men are usually married, especially at later ages in his life. He usually is married and or has kids, so therefore he's not going to risk his marriage with another woman who's the same age as his wife at home. Like, if he's going to risk his marriage, it's going to be with something that he can't get. Yeah.
It has to be like
Yes.
that's in the rule book.
Like, yeah, it has. Like, I'm not gonna risk my wife. I'm not gonna risk my wife with another 45-year-old. That's not happening. I'll risk it for another 26-year-old. Like, that's a little bit different. Like,
No, that's retarded.
no, it's
I
not.
would not be able to date somebody like way older than me. 'Cause
No. You never did?
I can't. I don't think I could.
Wait, what's way older than you?
Maybe.
So I'm 24. I don't think I could date somebody older than like 33, 32, 33 around there. Cause
Okay.
I don't know.
So you said you were. So how many years is
That's
that?
like 8,
that's
9.
like
8, 9.
I would cap
Yeah.
it at like 8.
Okay.
Well, the oldest I've dated is 47.
God damn.
And
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
31. The oldest I've dated was 47, and I am 31 years old. I don't think I can date any older than that, though. Like 47 to me was definitely old. Any older than that, yeah, that's pushing it. But he wasn't like a regular 47-year-old. He didn't feel like a 47-year-old. Like his energy, he moved very well. He didn't look like he was 47. So, you know, I guess that's why I was able to do it. Obviously, I can't be with somebody that is like full grown, gray hairs, gray face, like gray. I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna be attracted to that. I'm not gonna feel comfortable being with somebody like that. But I'm definitely open to dating older men because they're more, I feel like they're wiser. I'm super attracted to being able to be taught stuff because I am a big know-it-all. I'm very much like I know everything. So if you could come into my life and teach me something, I'm already looking at you like, oh shit, maybe.
But do you even allow a person your age to even teach you?
No, because
So then
I feel like automatically I already look at them like you're younger than me, so there's no way you can know as much as I know. Because one, I already mature faster than you. Two, I've been through hell and back experience-wise. Unless you're really sitting here and you're telling me your whole story, and I really look at you like that, maybe this guy has been through a lot, so he has so much experiences that make him older mentally. But no, I don't even consider any young guys. Like, no, you're younger than me? No.
I think that just because you're a certain age, like if you're, okay, yes, I don't know if I can date a younger guy, like way younger than me. I cannot because guys, as you guys said, they mature way slower than women, and I don't have the patience.
Sometimes.
It's like I'm about to be somebody's mother.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm only 24. I'm not gonna do that. But it's like I feel like just because they are younger than you doesn't mean they know less than you, because you never know people's like experiences.
Yeah,
And
that's why I said it's based on the experience.
No, it's not. Like, no, it's
I
not.
feel like experiences shape your mind.
No, they can.
They definitely do.
But actually,
Experiences in life shape
there's
your
an
mind.
old saying: smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from others. So you could be wise by watching everything and knowing what you should not do.
Yeah, that's true.
And then figuring out, and you don't have to see. I believe that when you are a young person like myself, and I've always
Oh.
the 8 fell. So when you're a young person like myself, and I feel like I've always had a lot of older friends, and I never had to make the same mistakes as them because I listened.
And not everybody has that.
No, that's not the point. I get that. Not everybody has that, but my point is that just because I don't experience A, B, and C doesn't mean I know less than you. Because I could be raised around people who knew way more than you,
But
even though
that's
I'm younger.
still an experience because you're grasping from other people's experience. So still, experience still shape your mind.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
if
stand
you
by
want
that.
to, if you want to say experiences are me learning from your experiences, I guess.
Yes,
But that's not
because-
necessarily an experience.
Because if it wasn't for that, then you would not be anything. You wouldn't be where you are. That is shaping you. That is helping you not do it.
Sometimes you have to go through certain things to learn for yourself.
And most times you don't. Most times you don't, and that's the problem. People
Sometimes you do, sometimes you
Yeah,
don't.
but I'm saying.
It depends.
When you want to, all right, listen, young men, you want to get older women, listen to your OGs. You don't have to experience nothing. It's very simple. And then when you learn that, then you'll be able to get all the older women that you want because they're going to gravitate to you because they're like, wow, you're so much different than what I thought you would be. And then you could go ahead and you can counter and, do your thing.
I mean, again, I don't knock it if you're out there doing it, whether you're a female or a male. It's just about being with somebody that you connect with.
But you know it looks bad for women, though.
Why does it look bad?
It looks bad for women. See, it looks good for men. All of my uncles, they're all older. And I used to be like, yo, stop taking the girls in my bracket, bro.
But why does it look bad for women? Like, this is a no judgment zone, so we're not judging here.
I'm just saying.
Why
if you
does it
compare
look
them.
bad for women? That's a social thing. Like,
But if you're
society is making it like that.
But
Why does it have to
women
be that way?
because women are known to be chose. So if you are older and you are single, outside the exception that your loved one, significant other has passed, if you're older and you've had failed relationships and you're single, now we're automatically looking at you and be like, damn, nobody chose you, even though we don't know the situation.
That's what I'm saying. Why do you automatically look at a woman like nobody chose you? What if she's the one who left everybody she's been with and she's the one who put herself where she is?
That usually happens.
Someone who's very successful, a very successful woman, me, from my own personal experience, it's very hard to find a partner that can ride the wave with you all the way through the ups and downs of being in the entertainment industry.
But you're 31.
Okay,
That's
and
very young. Like,
I know, but I'm trying to
Like-
defend.
like
I'm
you're
trying to
31.
defend the women out here that are older than me.
They say if you
and,
go out here-
dating these younger guys, why does it have to look bad?
they said, if you tell people that you're 51 and you're still trying to ride the ups and downs of your entrepreneur, we're gonna be like, leave her alone. Like, I'm
No, obviously 51, you should be well established in your career, whatever it is you do. I mean,
Be real and unbiased.
I personally think when you're in your 50s, you should have something going for your life. But if you don't, then damn, that sucks.
What do you guys say about like the big celebrities, the female celebrities that are 60 dating 25-year-old, the male celebrities?
But that's what I'm saying. Those are all, you're talking about celebrities. These are people who are established. Now, if I could look into the future, I don't want to be single in my 50s, but if I could look into the future and let's say I was single in my 50s, it's because I'm well established. I have money up my ass. My family is well taken care of. I have my kids, and now I just want to date or find somebody that I could just fuck or have somebody make me feel good.
That
so
sounds
at that
miserable.
point, I go to the younger guys because they're the ones probably making me feel good.
You lost.
I'm like, I don't want no older guy.
You lost. Like, you lost. Like, I'm like, if you get that point, that sounds miserable. I would not.
I mean, there's women out here
Yeah,
doing it, so
yeah.
obviously it's not that miserable.
Yeah, ask them.
We don't have one. Is there anybody? Do we have any viewers right now watching at home that is sleeping around with the younger guy? Let us know below. Like comment, because we need to know this.
I know something, and you know, it's so funny because I watched this happen. Like, so when I'm speaking, sometimes like I speak from personal experience or things I've seen, right? So like, there's a situation, and I'm not gonna throw nobody's business out there, where they're probably about 50. Where they're about 50, anywhere between in their 50s, right? Maybe late 40s to early 50s. And they married somebody who was 29 or something like that, 30 years old, right? So about 20-year difference. And they ended up breaking up, even though they tried, because the person was just too much of a 29-year-old. Which doesn't make sense, because it's like, yo, why do you marry somebody who you know you can't keep up with? Why are you dating somebody who you know you can't keep up with, in a sense where we all know, especially I expect you as an adult, right, as a mature adult, older adult, to know that you went through different phases at 18, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 60, whatever it is. You know all those phases that you went through. So when you start dating younger with the oblivious mindset that they're not going to go through those phases.
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, but that's what all people.
I wouldn't do that. If
I would
I'm
say-
dating somebody, you have to know that comes with it. Like you're dating somebody younger.
Do what?
Date younger, like knowing that they haven't experienced every age group.
You can't, but like I'm saying that there's older people who do date younger, right?
Of course.
And the problem that happens, right? I wish we had a statistic on how successful those relationships are.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably less than 30%.
That's exactly the number, about 30%.
I'm so great. So like yo, so there you go. So you got about 30%. That means only 3 out of 10 are having successful relationships when you have such an age difference, and that's what.
Easy.
Huh?
It's not easy to have a big age gap like that.
Yeah, because you know why? You're not at the same playing field.
The maturity level,
Yeah.
where you're at in life, just a lot.
Emotional maturity.
That's a few things. If a man is 55 years old and he's dating a girl, a woman who's 35 years old,
He winning.
I know there's a 20-year gap, but I mean,
Yeah.
she's still 35.
Yeah, if I had to.
He's 55. It's not like,
Yeah.
I mean, she's 5 years from 40.
But see, the difference is a guy's needs and a girl's needs are so different.
Yeah, and I feel like when you're talking about these numbers, 35 and 55, which obviously both are mature enough mentally, now you're bringing other things into play. What about the body? Like, how's the body feeling at age 55 versus 35? You know, like, now you want to bring it in, like, what about if we have kids? Like, how much can you really do as a father of 55 years old? Can you run? Can you throw a football to our 10-year-old? How old are you going to be, 65 when he's 10? Like, these are things that I think come into play when you're talking about these older numbers. It's not about maturity, because maturity is there. You guys are both old enough, mature enough, emotionally mature enough. It's more about the body now and the interest, the common interests, you know, because a 55-year-old may like to read and sleep all night. The 35-year-old may want to go to dinners, like,
Or vice versa.
yeah.
I
But
feel
shit,
like
35-year-old men are in their prime.
the older, like when older guys want to date younger women, I personally feel like they just want the body. They just want that younger look. They want that, you know, that younger feel. And I feel like when women try
That
to
younger
date-
box is different. That younger box is different from 55-year-old box. I'm trying to tell you. Like, see, you gotta see that I'm forgetting about the most important part of the woman anatomy for men is the box. So when you have a younger box, yes, it looks new. I always used to say, yeah, it's like you from the tri-state area, right? You ever seen a snowstorm? You know how it looks when the snow hasn't been stepped on yet? It looks perfect, it looks beautiful. That's the younger box. When the snow plow starts plowing and you got a little dirt on the snow, a little pile up, the little slush, that's the older box. Like, so, like,
We're gonna switch the topic up real quick. You have to remember talking to.
I know.
yeah.
Okay.
So we have a couple of questions. Somebody wanted to know, should you go see a side piece on Thanksgiving?
Never. Well, first of all, see, look.
That's horrible.
Should you see?
Let's take it from,
Who's her name? What's her name?
no. It
Oh.
was a question from earlier. Because
Oh, okay.
we were saying that right now, when people are having two relationships, like crazy, most people got 2 relationships, 3 relationships. Now it's becoming more and more common.
Relationships or situationships?
Exactly. Situationships do not require you to see them on holidays. So
there's
you
relationships.
should not be. What do you mean? If you're in a relationship, you have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
The side we're talking about.
Okay, exactly. That's a situationship. That's what I'm saying. Situationships, you shouldn't be seeing them on Thanksgiving.
That's a relationship.
That's a holiday. That's a family holiday at that. I wouldn't do it.
I try to tell people this, like,
It's all right. We can go
men,
with
yeah,
it. Thursday's Thanksgiving.
yeah,
A
men,
lot of people-
Don't do it, y'all. Don't do
Listen.
A lot of people
Men-
got more than one. Men
Don't
with
do
it.
it.
yeah,
Don't do it.
let me tell you, I try to explain this to women all the time. Men love their side chick. Like, I want y'all to understand that their side chick is actually a relationship. Their side chick is not just some girl that's just floating around. Their side chick is, no, I'm talking about for men. Men love their side chicks.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
They love, no,
I'm not gonna lie.
love their side. Yo, listen.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been a side chick once in my life,
And you loved
he
each other.
loved me like OD.
I'm trying to
Like,
tell you. Because you know what?
Was it infatuation?
No,
Was it
it's love.
he loved me.
Yo, think about it like this. If a man has a side chick, the main chick really should be thanking him. Or thanking her, my fault. Because she provides peace for that relationship. Yo, I'm trying to, listen. Whenever a guy has
He
a
used to
side
come see
chick,
me and then go home to her, and it was
it'd
like a
be
happy
cool.
home.
She was a decompress button. So like the side
I
girl
recommend
decompress.
it. It was in my younger years. Don't
The
do
side
it, guys.
chick
Don't do it.
decompresses the man. She's there. She's that ear when he wants to talk about his girl. He don't want to talk about his girl to his homie. He talk about his girl to his side chick.
Hold on.
I'm trying to tell you.
That got me- No.
So no, you don't bring your side chick to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, don't.
Do you go see her on Thanksgiving?
No. Your side chick knows. See, you and your side chick supposed to have a great understanding on what's your boundaries until she upgrades. With some guys upgrade their side chicks to the main. If she's in position to be upgraded, then you go see her on the holidays. If not, and she's still in the side chick phase, then you keep her there. But you definitely gotta say Happy Thanksgiving, Happy whatever the happy holidays. You gotta get her with the courtesy text messages because she decompresses you.
I would say, guys, if you do have a side chick, though, definitely make sure she got food on Thanksgiving.
What?
Definitely make sure she's eating. Not for real. Because
No.
if I
I hope so.
no.
What kind of side chick were you?
No.
He got a homeless side chick.
No. I'm just saying, it's not about that. Even if No. Let me finish.
Make sure she's good. Go
Let me
ahead.
finish.
Is she getting the
Even if you have a feast as a side chick, the point is, like, for a side chick, she might want to feel like a little bit of love too. You know, so just because you can't see her because it's a holiday, you can still hit her up and be like, yo, you good? Like, happy Thanksgiving. You good? You're eating? What are you doing? Like, make sure she got a nice plate and she's Gucci too. Like,
Yeah, but you can't have conversations like that.
Okay, you say, are you good? What if she says she's not good? What are you gonna do?
Then-
Nothing, because she's your side chick.
Nah.
gotta Uber Eats her some turkey.
No, that's
Stop
not
it.
how.
You better.
Yo, let me teach y'all the game. If your side chick is having a bad holiday, which this has happened to me in my real life, then you say, okay, cool, we're gonna make accommodations and I'm gonna take you out either this weekend, next week, or the day after.
That's a good answer.
And then we can do it that way. So like, if she having a bad day, you know it's your side. Listen.
But definitely check on her, fellas.
Yeah,
Check
what?
on her.
Listen, you don't gotta tell them that. They know this. We love our side chicks. I don't think you understand. Like, we love our side chicks as much as our main chicks.
I could never be like.
Yes.
Okay, no
There was a
shade.
meme. There was a meme. It said it was like a hypothetical relationship riddle, right? And it was like, okay, let's just say John. John is sleeping with Brenda. He tells Brenda that she's the only one, but then John also has Amanda, and Amanda knows about Brenda. Which one does he love more? And the question is,
Amanda, because he's being honest with her.
no, he loves them both the same
Yeah,
amount.
he loves them both the same because you gotta pick one.
Yeah.
It's one or
He
none.
loves them both
Like,
the same.
You gotta pick one.
Nah.
No. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. No shade to like anybody who's ever been through this situation, but I would go crazy. Like I would fight somebody if I was a side.
But that's because
No,
but you would
I
be
would be the side chick.
but-
Like,
but
what's
you would
mine
be
is
Brenda.
mine, and that's it. Period.
you heard, but she would be Brenda, and she was Amanda. Like, so
She's a side chick that doesn't know she's a side chick.
now she's the main chick that doesn't know there's a side chick.
Would you rather be the main or the side?
God.
But I'm telling you, the love is equal.
The main
I love
or
this
the
thing.
side.
Would you rather be the main or
The
the
love is equal.
You know, can I tell you why
But-
love cannot be
damn.
equal?
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you exactly. Psychologically, the man loves the fantasy
Yes.
that the side chick
Brings.
You are speaking for men.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Marie.
I'm speaking psychologically because you know what? The side chick, you ain't gotta worry about the house bills. You don't gotta worry about the kids.
No, but that's not true, Marie. That's not true, because there's guys that
Pay for everything for
side
their
chick
side.
stuff. That's not true.
But you understand when you have a household with
Mm-hmm.
the wife, you got like a life. But when you go to your side chick, like that's when you said you decompress. It's a break from reality. You love the
Marie, can I ask you something about psychology? I'm gonna say one thing about psychologically speaking for men, right? What we care, for men, what we care about is peace. So if my side chick is helping me decompress, I love her. You understand? I love her with all of me. Just as you give me hell and I love you enough to stay here. And she pieces me up, so I love her enough to keep her. My side chick, not my personal, but I'm saying like in general, yeah, I've had a side chick who lasted 3 relationships. And then we tried a relationship.
And what happened?
It didn't work.
I can't disclose that information on
It didn't work.
Well, I can't disclose that information on camera.
Wait, so you said the
Whenever
main?
the side chick becomes the main chick, the same thing happens you had with your other main chick.
Not always. I
What happened?
If you're a side chick
If
going
I-
into
if-
the main
if
chick
this
role,
wasn't live,
just
I
be
would answer
aware
your
of what's
question,
gonna come
Marie.
with it, because you were a side chick, so there's gonna be another side chick.
Rico, tell
Yeah.
me if you guys disagree or agree. I feel that a lot of women fall into side chick position because men are not really allowed to have both. If it was, they could have both, they would have, most men, if they could have 2 women, would not have a side chick.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just like
It's not, they're not
Yep.
able to, so it's by default.
Yeah.
So what Rico is saying is like, sometimes the shit happens.
That's when
And-
open relationships.
exactly,
come
and
into
that's
play.
where poly comes
Then
into
poly-
play.
yes,
Like
exactly.
these things
Yeah.
come into play.
But that sounds good. Yeah. I'm about to say it sounds good, but it's hard to be like, yo, listen, I love, like, that's why I shout out to the Porter family, and I respect them so
Shout out
much
Porter family.
because he was in a position where he was conflicted as a man because he was having whatever they were going through in his first relationship, and he stepped out and created another relationship. But he was man enough to say, "This is what happened. I love the both of y'all. I would like, it took time. However, it ended up panning out. But they both are collectively, all three of them are now together. And if I promise you, even though y'all ladies won't agree, but I'm telling you from most men's standpoint, we would love, that's what you call a home run. Because most men have side wives. You right? Y'all want to call them side chicks? I'm going to scratch the chick out so y'all understand. They're side wives, right? Side wifeys.
Side
right?
wifey.
We love them. You understand? So like if we could be like, yo, I love you and I love you, can we break? But you see this?
I would kill.
That's why we can't do it. That's why you gotta just be on
So
hush.
can I bring you and can I bring him over there?
Wait.
Can I bring you two?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I bring you two? So how about us girls? Can I have two guys? Can I like?
If
How would you feel?
For some type of men, you can.
Okay,
For
but
Rico,
Exactly. For some type of women, you can. For some type of women, you can't. Same thing. With some type of men, you can. With some type of men, you
yo,
can't.
but like you don't
This is the
understand
world
that
we
y'all
live
are
in, guys.
stressful creatures.
Like-
Nisha, can I just say one thing on that? Because I hear people say that. Right? Women usually talking about men is always dogging them out. Men is always dogs. Men is always cheating, baby. So what you gonna do? You gonna multiply that by 2? Men don't look at it like that. They're like, I got me a good woman, multiply that by 2. Most likely, when them dudes you deal with, what you what you say about the guys that you deal with. Say something about the guys that you dealt with in your whole life, and tell me would you want to multiply that by 2.
I wouldn't. You're right.
Say something about all the guys you dealt in your life, would you multiply that by 2?
But that's because you guys are
Hold on, let me
crap.
go. Wait a minute.
What do you mean by that, though?
Meaning that a man will say, I've been with this woman, and I will multiply her by 2 and have another one of her. Most
Facts.
women will be like, these dudes ain't shit. These guys cheat. They fucking horrible. They don't pay bills. Would you multiply that by 2?
No.
You want 2 men, right? You just said you want 2 men.
She's like, no.
Not one good. I want one good one, and that's it.
Yeah, and we want 5 good ones.
Like literally, I just want one good.
Would you
man,
want
and
2
that's
good
it.
ones?
No.
But a guy would want 2 good
Having
ones.
for a woman actually having 2 men is too much.
First of
It's
all,
like
I would. Like,
I love
I'm gonna be real. Like I can't focus on 2. I'm not gonna remember to text the other one. Like just one, I'm gonna like more. And that's.
But that's what Rico said. He loves both of them.
You can love more than one person.
Hell no.
Men can.
Men can. You guys got the capacity. I don't know.
Nah, that's not fair. Maria, you can't do that. That's cheating.
What?
That's cheating.
That's just devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I think you can't generalize and like only guys like this. No, there are women who have situations that they're like, yeah, I could do two good guys, and there are guys who are like, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most guys,
And there are guys that say they only want one girl, Rico.
That's
As
because
much
they
as you
have
sit here
one-
and say,
'cause
there's no way.
they
there's
don't
a guy
have
that
one
doesn't
stress-free
want-
girl. That's why they're like, yo, I only want one girl. I can't deal with 2
I don't
of these
believe
shits.
that. I know there's men out there that only want one female.
Okay, cool. There are men. There's always exceptions. There's 7 billion people. But let's talk about majority of men. The other 3.5 billion are like, yo, you know what? If I could get another one and get away with it, which in most countries they do.
You know what I think about that?
Like I personally, I cannot do two people. No. Like I can barely like.
You have to have 2
I
men
can
dominate
barely
you.
sleep with 2
That's
people
weird.
at
You don't think
a
that's
time.
weird?
Could never do it.
I can't do that.
Y'all women,
not me.
y'all women be talking about y'all don't even talk. Y'all don't even sleep with 2 guys in the talking phase at the same time. But you want 2 husbands. Why y'all always want to play devil's advocate when it's not realistic?
We got a question. Thank you for the $5. We got Queen Kate's Mukbang, Mukbang. She says, there are so many women who are down for poly. Why lose your integrity by willfully lying to someone you claim you love?
Exactly.
Claim you love.
Exactly. Men try being open and honest about the situation. No, but look, what she said is true. There are a lot of women now in today's age. I feel like as we grow, each generation, it's opening up more and more. You can't say no, Rico. The girls now are a little bit more lenient towards it.
That's because y'all have to.
We don't have to.
You have to.
Like,
Nah. Y'all have to in the sense where Y'all got. See, here's the thing. Y'all got so many. This is what I mean by y'all have to. Like, don't hold in other words.
Yeah, exactly.
When I say that, I'm saying y'all are in competition with each other, just like men are in competition with each other. Y'all have so many women that are willing to do it that you have to do it to compete and play the game. See, if majority of men were allowing girls to have two men at one time, Rika would have to be like, damn, something that I might have to consider if this is the type of girl that I want. But when you got girls that are cool with having another girl either threesome wise or not sexually wise, but allowing to be within the same household, y'all have to realize that, like, damn, it's happening more and more and more from a women's standpoint.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree with that.
Do you guys think, without a judgment, I don't want to sound biased, but I am a little bit biased to this.
I'm a lot.
Do you think that the women who are like, yo, you know what, we'll bring a girlfriend or we'll do this, are ahead of the game?
Nah, they're surviving. Most women that I believe bring in a third party for their relationship, heterosexual relationships, are trying to survive because they understand that right now having sex with women is so easy. So since it's so easy, they're like, I'd rather know what you're doing and be here for it and be present for it and bring it to you, so you keep me and you keep your loyalty and your love with me to some capacity versus having to worry about you stepping out. So they're trying to, they're ahead of the game in the sense of beating them to the punch.
Yeah, to me that's not surviving.
At that point, the woman that's bringing you that opportunity and that's your girl, like, it's like, why am I not enough for you?
There's no woman that's enough for one man.
I don't agree with that statement, Rico.
Yo, look.
I feel like for certain men, yes, certain men do that, but not every man. I'm not gonna sit here and say that every woman has to survive and bring in a third party for the relationship to work.
That's not what I'm saying.
That sounds crazy. Like, I have never had a threesome ever in my life, and
but you would, because we talked about it earlier. All of us was talking about
it depends on how I'm feeling. Nobody's made me felt that way yet, so it hasn't happened yet. But I'm not gonna say I've been in relationships where I'm not gonna be like, oh, I need to bring in another girl to make my man happy. Like, if you're doing that, honey, then what are you doing? You shouldn't be with that man.
Nation, how many men have you dated? If you have that you know of, how many men have you dated that cheated on you?
I'm gonna say
and don't
out of all the men. Almost all of them, besides one or two.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Women think that one woman is enough for a man. And I'm trying to tell you that most men, it's not enough. Do men bite the bullet and do men not step out? Yes. I told you the other day, if you have a peaceful relationship and it's been 5 to 10 years or longer, he has a side girl. If you have a relationship where you're going through hell, 9 times out of 10, he's not cheating on you.
Mm-hmm. I was in a relationship for like 9 years.
Yeah. Was it peaceful? It wasn't peaceful, right?
It was.
Because he was loyal. If he wasn't loyal, it would be a lot more stress-free. I promise you.
He loved me.
But they exist. That's the point. Like, don't have women out here thinking that they have to have a threesome to please their man and survive. Like, no, ladies, don't listen to him, please.
Well, for high value,
sounds crazy.
High value men, it's very hard for you to keep a high value man. I'm trying to tell you right now. It's right.
I don't know.
For some men, you could get off on it, but it's very hard for you to keep a high value man and him not cheat on you.
I don't agree with that statement.
Okay.
But you see, like, I guess there's a thin line between it, right? Even if a woman told you, yo, I know you got a side piece, you can go see her on Thanksgiving, but you can see her from 12 to 3.
I would love my girl for life.
But the thing about that open-mindedness, right? That open-mindedness, not just for women and men, just in general. I'm just trying to think of it in a way like, look at the real thing, right? Like, let's just say Naisha has 2 boyfriends, and it's Thanksgiving. Naisha's already spending it with one boyfriend, but she's antsy. She's not trying to go spend the Thanksgiving with her other boyfriend. She just wants to stop by. So she got to create a fucking lie. She has to create drama. She has to create a whole bunch of stuff. But then there are women in 2022 in relationships where Nation's like, hey, babe, today's all about you. I'm going to go over there at 11. I'll be back by 3. On my way back, I'll pick up the cranberries, the this and that. And he's like, cool, mama, that's cool. And he's more like, that's fine with me because you're being honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, like, have we gotten so used to the dishonesty that it's normal? That when people are being open and honest,
It's weird.
It's weird to people.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's the
You
majority
understand?
of
Like,
the generation.
Nature, that's it. I'm not saying that's you, but Nature just said straight up. She's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna stop over there. I'll be there from 11 to 2. On my way back, I'm gonna stop at ShopRite. I'm gonna pick up the rest of the stuff. This, and do you need anything? And he calls her around 2:30. He said, babe, you know, I forgot this and that. When she comes home, it's completely honest. Against, in her nature, wants to be with another person. Like she feels it in her soul. Now she has to satisfy that by lying, by hiding, by doing all these things that are conniving.
Not my type of girl.
I just feel, honestly,
Ugh.
I'm gonna say this, if
He's like,
and this is me, this is my standpoint, this is my old-fashioned view. I feel like if you feel like you need to be with two people, you don't really like the one you're with. You don't really love the one you're with. That's just how I feel. I would feel like you don't love me enough if you have to seek attention, seek all of this from another person. And that's just me.
Whenever you talk like this, I ate at the table, I'm gonna call you Lily.
Don't call me that.
Because that's not
I don't like that.
Cause like
Nobody calls me Lily.
I know.
That's
I don't
just
even
not-
like calling you Lily,
that's
but
not
you
my name.
forced me to do this.
Lily.
Why would you call me Lily?
Because that was
Does
so,
that even sound right?
it sound
We have a question. I'm sorry.
Lily?
But,
Lily.
look at that. Sound speaking. That's Leland.
Marie?
Leland said, do women give high value men more leeway when it comes to cheating?
It's like, yo, there's something called unofficial rules, right? And look, anybody who's high value gets more leeway, depending on the caliber who you're dating. So if you're a high valued woman dating a guy that's not high valued, she might even get more leeway on cheating, right? But if she's a high value woman dating a high value man, she gets zero leeway. But the man will still get leeway.
What happens when a high value woman meets a high value man?
I said
That's
it.
what he just
Honest
said.
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have honest
Obviously.
Actually, no. They have the most dishonest communication.
You think so?
High value men and high value women typically have dishonest communication, in my opinion. Because
I don't think
yeah,
that's
because think about it like this.
There's competition.
You know what it is? Being high valued, I'm gonna say this. Sorry, my high valued men, is a disgusting thing.
Like you?
Women, look, women.
Coming from a high value
Yeah,
man.
women and men, if you're a high value, it's a disgusting thing because you're human beings. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to fall victim to all the temptations. Like, think about how many women celebrities that we be like, oh, she's dating this guy, now she's dating this guy, now she's dating that guy. And what ends up happening is, the reason is when the world is at your hands, it's so hard to only eat what you need instead of overindulging. It's just almost impossible. So when you're a high value
agree with
man
that.
and you're a high value woman, you don't want to show how ugly you really are. So y'all lie to each other.
That hurt me.
But you'll give each other little bits of it, like, yo, look, nah, I didn't fuck those 2 girls. I just let them both, top me off and I bounced. But you had a whole menage a trois with them 2 girls. But you dimmed it down because you know that it's not even believable to say you didn't do it.
But I just feel like this, right? And I think it's from both relationships. And this is my opinion, and I don't know, Rico, you could probably, you and Naisha and Leandra, give me a thought on this, right?
Leandra, don't be Lily.
I feel, what is that?
Don't call me that.
Somebody's alarm is on
That's my alarm. I have to feed my meter. Real quick.
after 9 o'clock?
Not right now, honey. We're live.
11 p.m.
No, it's free. Where are you?
Around the corner.
Is this really happening?
Lily, this is
can't-
why I called you that.
You can't leave Sat Baby. We're filming. Yeah.
No, you gotta
No,
leave
you
your phone
have
over
your
there.
phone.
It's not free.
Where'd you park?
I parked on the corner.
All right, we got another one. Josh Bounty gave us $4.99 and said, no one woman can satisfy a man by herself. Listen for the man and stop. Listen for the man. Stop telling men how to think. Wait.
But
And
that's not
stop
true.
think with a female lens. Stop thinking with a female lens.
But that's not true because I feel like there are men in this world that are okay with just one woman.
So
You know?
again, I want to say something.
We're talking about majority,
I
bro.
want to say something.
Majority, okay, fine, majority.
No. I want to say
Yes,
something about that.
there's 1% of men that are good out here, guys.
What's
when
good?
A man meets,
Not like you.
I'm good.
When a man meets a woman who's in demand, and when a woman meets a man that's in demand, and I know Rico just said something that this sounds really dope. You call it like the invisible rule,
Unofficial rules.
the unofficial rules. I feel like a man who's in demand, who's always moving in the streets and doing his thing and just really moving out there, something about that makes the person break them down until they can settle and sit your ass somewhere. And that's the same thing with a man. He breaks her down until she can sit and be settled. And it's almost like if we're not in motion,
I'm good at
we can't
that.
cheat, we can't fuck around, we can't resist. So it's like people try to break you down in order for you not to be your natural self.
You need money to do that though.
Talk about it.
Like if you want to sit a girl down, you need money, or you need money, and you have to be able to make sure you can sit a woman down in a comfortable environment where she's happy. You know what I'm saying? If you could sit a woman down in an environment where she's happy, and also still be present and know how to balance like whatever she needs out of you, she will sit down for good. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, she'll sit down for good. You get her a nice little crib. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Depends on what she needs. You make sure everything is decored right. You even let her decor because women love to decor, right? And then once you do that, then you give her the food that she wants. You make sure there's always groceries. You take her out to eat here and there. You don't gotta even. You don't. Yeah.
I know.
It is.
That's what it sounds
That's
like.
what it is.
I'm like,
Yep.
By the way, thanks for speaking for women, Rita.
No, but
know,
I'm
right?
saying like
Since we
I
like
can
to speak
I
for
can
men,
speak
he wants to
because
speak for women.
the thing is I sat women down in my life, and this is how I did it. I sit women down, but the thing is you also have to know what woman is outside because she doesn't want to be outside.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right? Some women are outside because they want to be outside. If they want to be outside, you gotta let them be.
But
Can you switch where you're sitting?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like, you sat down before? What made you sit down? You had the nice house. You had everything that you needed. Your phone bill was cool, and you occasionally got some shopping, and you got to eat good. That's all the woman really wants.
But,
Sometimes.
okay, but
yeah.
did it last forever? Like,
Exactly.
Well, that's me.
not enough.
There's variables to every situation, Marie.
Definitely not enough. The whole sitting down thing, like Marie said, is definitely not enough. Even if you're providing all that you say you're providing, it's still not enough. I feel like that is for men to go into the situation thinking like, oh, well, I'm gonna just give her this and she's gonna sit there happy. You're already thinking wrong. Because we are women, we're super complicated, and I will say we are complicated. It is not that simple. Like,
I didn't say that y'all
how are
were
you gonna
super
come
happy,
over here and
but
think
you'll sit
like,
there.
oh, I'm gonna just give her what she wants, and she's gonna
Yes.
sit right there and look pretty and be quiet?
So like,
no,
but like what I'm trying to say is, you know, most women don't sit happy anyways. So she will sit there. I didn't say nothing about happy. I said sit them down.
oh, I'm
So,
not sitting unless I'm happy.
I mean, but you will sit. You will sit for as long as you can. Until your
Or as long as I want.
until your ass gets sore,
As
and then
long
you're
as I
tired
want.
again, saying you're like, I don't have to deal with this. I could go out and do this, that, the third. I got such and such in my ear that says that I should be doing this. I got such and such in my ear that's saying I deserve that, and they give you the courage to get up out that seat. Otherwise, you would have sat there and you would have made the best of it. That's the history.
Yeah, no, but like, the money is one thing, and like, you know, making them sit is one thing, but like, what about the personality? What about them really liking you? Like, so nobody wants to live there for the rest of their life.
Majority women.
Miserable, but just being showered by gifts and money and
Yeah,
all
it
the
doesn't do nothing for
glamorous
you.
stuff that I can give myself if I really wanted to.
Mhm.
Why do I have to wait for a man to give it to me?
'Cause most
And
women
why
don't wanna
would
work.
Why would I let a man give it to me when I can give it to myself?
Most women don't want to work.
Leandra, can I just say something? This is my opinion, and I could be wrong. And I'm not speaking for women. But I'm gonna tell you one thing I've heard women over 40 or 50 said. They would have sat there somewhere with that guy that could have took care of them. Because no woman want to go through life struggling.
Facts.
But of course, but I feel like at that age, you're like, damn, should I just have settled with the guy that was gonna?
I mean, you gotta pick a lesser evil, right? Do you want to sit down in somebody's Bentley?
Right? That's why they say cry in a Rolls Royce versus crying in a Honda.
Do you want to sit down in somebody's Bentley, or do you want to be coming out the club trying to call the Uber and your cell phone is cut off?
Of
Why is
course.
that her only option?
Listen,
I'm sorry, can we not address
I will wait.
Okay, okay.
I will wait
Be
until.
like completely dependent on guys right now?
Exactly. Like we're in 2021. Women out here winning.
Definitely.
Y'all are actually losing right
No,
now.
no. I'm winning.
Before you call yourself an Uber, like it's unfathomable that she could either have her own car. She could
We don't want her to drive drunk, Marie.
And,
Okay.
and guess what? Like
We don't want her to drive drunk. All right, that's why we said call the Uber.
I'll drink till I'm, okay to drive, and then I'll drive my ass home.
All right, that's a cool option.
I don't really.
That just sounds so poetic.
Yeah, you don't want to be
No,
home.
I really believe.
You want to be home by
Like,
yourself? Do you want to be home by yourself? No.
I love being home by myself. I'm a fun time. I'm a blast.
Oh, you're a fun time. All right.
No, like.
You know you better than me. So, Lily.
Lily got another question.
Lily.
Do women look past their values as long as the man is financially stable?
speak on it.
That's a great question.
Women do look past their value. Yo, listen, first of all, Leading said, do women look past their value?
Women look past their values as long as the man is financially stable.
That is the new culture for women. That's being promoted. I'm not saying that they do that, but the main culture for women is get the bag, get what you can. I even watched women say, okay, is he cheating on me? He could cheat on me. I'ma still milk him for everything he got until I leave. Yes, they will. Huh?
That's what you want.
But that's what who wants?
That's what you want.
Me want. I want. Rico wants.
No, like that's what the guys want. Like
What?
you're saying, I want you to just sit down, right?
Yeah.
So let me sit down and collect.
No, but like you can sit down and collect too. But this is the. Right, but this is the double-edged sword, right? The double-edged sword is this: you can sit down and you can collect, but just because you sit down and you could collect doesn't mean you have to lower your morals as a man. I'm watching women date men that I know that they're not even physically attracted to. And I know it's strictly because of whatever he can provide or whatever he can give. You know what? Shout out to Moneybagg Yo. In his song, he said, "I might be ugly, but my girl's pressure." Right? That's mean this is a man that's identifying as himself as not being
Yeah,
a
but that's
highly
not true
attractive
because
person.
I done date a bunch of ugly men. Like I'm telling you right now, I have dated ugly men. Rico, you are a very handsome man.
But why did you date them,
Quiet,
Nisha?
quiet. Rico,
Why did you date them?
excuse me.
Why did you date them, Nisha?
Excuse me.
Say, without lying,
Yeah.
I've dated ugly broke men.
No.
Okay, thank
No.
you. So
Not ugly broke man.
okay, cool. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Stop it. Nah, but I did have one guy he wasn't the best looking and he wasn't rich either.
You were
He wasn't
21.
broke, but he was like in the middle. He
You
was
were like
mediocre.
21 years old.
But my point is that looks. My point is, Rico.
stop.
Not everybody can look like you, Rico. Okay,
No, you don't.
So,
you can't. It's very hard.
ladies, don't judge a book by its cover. Just because they're not sexy and super attractive in the face doesn't mean they're not good for anything. You know, like I have been with some ugly men before, but.
I'm broke.
Okay, but the money has nothing to do with it, Alan.
No,
Be quiet.
This question is.
The reason why I have never been. Be quiet.
No.
No,
The
be
question
quiet.
is, do women? Because I don't want you to move the goalpost. Do women put their morals down for financial stability or whatever finances the man can provide? Yes or no? Have you dated somebody that you're not attracted to because he had
No,
the
that's
finances?
not true. That's what I'm trying to say. Just because they were physically ugly in the face
Okay.
doesn't mean I wasn't attracted to them. There's things about them that make me attracted to them. The fact that they're so motivated and they're awesome with their career and they're so established with their game. and there's things about them that makes me attracted to them. It has nothing to do with the money. Because regardless, I'm going to date somebody always that has money because I have money. So I'm not going to date somebody who's below me because I'm like that, unfortunately. I may be narcissist, I don't know, but that is something that, you know, like.
This is a lot of cap right now. I don't like the
It's not
cap.
a cap. It's not a cap. Fuck out of here.
Josh
capping
Bounty
right
says,
Don't get
if you don't
smacked.
have a ring and the man's last name, you aren't winning. You are actually failed as a woman. Keep it a stack.
Wait. He said if you don't have a ring or a name.
Statement. He says if you don't have a ring and a man's last name, you aren't winning. You actually failed as a woman.
I don't agree with that question simply because if you're out here saying as a woman, if you don't have a ring on your finger, you're losing because you're not a wife, that's not true. Because am I gonna be out here just marrying anybody? Like, just because you're proposing to me? Like, I also have needs and wants just like a man. And just like a man wants to make sure they marry the right person, a woman wants to make sure they marry the right person. I believe so much in marriage. I never, ever, ever in my life want to be divorced. I know that is a big percentage in the US. A lot of people get divorced. So I know that if I'm gonna say yes to a man, it's because like that is gonna be somebody I am really down to marry. I know me as a woman, I've been proposed to several times, which if you watch 8 at the Table, you know I've spoke about it on a previous episode. So yeah, no, you're not losing. I'm not fucking losing. I'm waiting for the right man to propose that I want to spend the rest of my life with, because you marry me, you with me for good. Ain't no divorce in this, honey.
Okay, that sounds very poetic.
No,
That's very poetic.
That's the truth.
All right, I'll let you live on that, but.
Question. Anthony Williams got a question for Rico. He said he sends us $2. Josh Bounty sent us $4.99. Anthony Williams says, can Rico explain why women are losing nowadays?
Because they think like that. because here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you like this, women. Right now, if you ask my opinion, women are so focused on materialistic things nowadays more than they ever have been. See, before materialistic things moved people, but it didn't control. I should say moved women, but they didn't control women entirely. Now it's at an all-time high where women is like, okay, if you don't have A, B, or C, I can't even do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people like,
Rico, but you're contradicting yourself, because if a woman doesn't have A, B, or C, you're not going to do it either.
Yeah,
you're
okay, cool, yourself. But all right, so that's not contradicting myself at all.
What do you mean? Because you're not going to date a bum bitch either.
Okay, but at the same time,
so what are you talking about?
not dating a bum woman. Okay, you know what? How about this? I'll give you like this. At some point in time, you want my aunt. This is uncut right now. Mm-hmm. This is about to be uncut.
Uncut and
all right,
raw.
so look. I'm gonna tell you what happened. You had women that wanted to become better. Do not stop me, Alan. You had women that wanted to become better and obtain these rights to do working and college and all these things, and I am an advocate for, right? But guess what? Not every woman wanted those things. So now you got modern women battling traditional women. And now you're creating women that can't compete with the modern woman to be, in my opinion, promiscuous women. And the only way they can battle with the modern woman is by selling their bodies. That's why you got material things are in high demand right now. I could go get you this if you want. Okay, you want this? I could buy you that. All right, cool. All right, if I pop my pussy for him one time, then maybe I could. Hey, I got the wop. Ain't no leaving this, honey. Right? We got all of that. So then what happens is now you got women competing, and they're at two totally different sides of the fence, and somebody has to budge. But at the end of the day, the man, whether if not you have money, you could go get that type of girl. If you don't have money, you can go get that type of girl. We're actually in the winning position.
Okay.
No, but I think just to build on what you were saying.
Because they're battling each other, but that's why they're losing.
That still wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on the same page as you.
Uh-huh.
The only thing I say is that the traditional woman and the modern woman are one. What happens is that they want to be the modern woman from 18 to 27. Then from 27 to 35, they turn into traditional women.
But the funny thing is,
in my opinion,
I would agree with that, but this is what I'm going to say. Right now, we don't know. I honestly think these 20 to 29 year-old women are going to be single for a very long time. They might not be married. They might not be married because this modern way, at the end of the day, a woman wants a man to propose to them. At the end of the day, a woman wants a man to buy that ring. At the end of the day, a woman, majority of times, wants the man to pay these bills. Well, you got to understand, if you want somebody to do all of these things for you, you need to do whatever that person is going to, whatever that person wants from you.
But what I'm saying is
And
that
it's
she
not happening.
wants all of that, but she doesn't want it at 21, 22, 23, 24.
It's too late.
25.
It's too late then, eh?
Understand?
Yeah.
And what doesn't she want at 20?
She doesn't want a man to lock her down. She still knows she has a lot of options. She want to explore those options. And then when she turns about like 27, 28, then she's like, oh, okay, now I finished playing around. Let me start looking to be a traditional woman.
It depends.
They're going to marry a herd.
Yeah, but for the ladies out there that are in their younger 20s, like Alan is talking about, just be mindful that whatever you do now will affect you in the future. That's all. As long as you are mindful, you will be okay. You will be able to settle down and have an amazing husband and be good.
No.
As long as you are mindful. Now, if you're out here really wilding, not being mindful of your future, then
She's saying mindful.
it,
It's a good
it,
word.
it might hit you in the long run, and then you might have issues finding a man that's really trying to propose to you because you are wild as fuck all your years. Your name is in the streets. Everybody knows everything about you, and yeah, who wants to wife a woman like that?
But you
Let's
know what
be
it is?
realistic.
It takes practice. See, people don't understand. Like, okay, if this was basketball, if this was football, or this is anything in life, you need to practice to get into the major leagues. And when you're not practicing in your 20s of being a good, solid, foundational, significant other, it's going to be almost exceptionally hard for you to make that adjustment when you're in your early to late 30s. It's not something that's natural for you. You've been out here doing A, B, and C for so damn long, you can't even fathom being D, E, and F.
That's why your experience matters.
Yeah, you can't pick up the skills because you're outside too much. And at this point in time, men don't want a girl outside. And if we do want a girl outside, she's a tool for us.
Well, I think I'm saying like this, Leandra, you're 24, right? And you're saying that you don't see it that way. How do you see it?
Well,
Lean in a little bit.
so since I was 13 years old, I literally was like, okay, the man that I'm with right now, my high school sweetheart, I want to marry him. And I felt that way all the way up until I was like
Salute.
22 or 23. We started having issues. I was like, okay, we just don't get along. We're just always clashing. And by the time I was like 23,
Why were y'all clashing?
why were we clashing? We just didn't get along.
Why? Were you
Our
spending,
personalities,
were you
just
spending more money than
everything.
him on him? Or
No,
was
it had nothing to do with money.
So what were y'all arguing about?
I think that's just a perfect example of people growing apart.
It was us. We were growing
Just growing apart.
We were growing apart. It
Yeah.
was.
That's true though. Like
Look, the worst
She
investment.
was
History.
13.
It was stuff that he did to me when I was this age. It was stuff that I said to him when I was this age. It was just a whole bunch of stuff like anger towards each other, and then we broke up when I was 22. And I'll never forget this. I literally was like, nope, I'm literally sticking to my word. I'm sticking to my morals. I don't want anything to do with guys. Like, I literally gave myself a whole break. I was like, I'm done. And then, huh? Oh, no, I'm straight. I'm straight.
You just
But
want
I'm saying, like, I just wanted to be by myself. I didn't
Like
want to know about
celibacy.
guys. Celibacy, literally. I was like, no, forget this. He was doing his thing, whatever. I don't really know about that. But
That's
like,
what guys
he was doing
do.
his thing. I was like, nah, I don't care what he's doing. I'm good. Like, we were broken up for like a year. And then we got back together when I was 23. We broke up again when I was 24. When I was 24, I had a whole different mindset. I was like, okay, I'm young. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to explore what's out there. I'm going to date. I'm going to blah, 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 get to know new people. And, but at the end of the day, like, I'm the type of person, I'm always going to stick to my morals and how I was raised. And that's just how I am.
Wait,
And no
24
matter...
now?
Yes,
Damn
I'm
it.
24.
So y'all back together?
No,
No,
we're
she
not.
just, they just broke up.
We're absolutely done. But, no, we broke up like maybe almost, it's going to be a year soon.
Oh,
But
you'll be 25 then.
I'm a person that I'm always going to stick to my morals and how I was raised just because that's how I feel. And I was at the point where I explored it. It's still not for me.
Just don't let the other ones get in your head. That's all.
I think I just come.
She's got kind of dance. So you explored being with other people.
Oh, yeah.
And you
course.
didn't like it, or you liked
No.
it?
Nope.
So
Even
you trying
people.
to thought around a little bit, and it didn't work. For you.
I guess you could
Let's call
say
it what it
that.
is.
I guess you could say that. But yeah, it wasn't for me.
So what?
Shut up.
I was with you, Lily, and now like,
Lily.
yo, every time you do this, I would have to do it because like, so wait, so you're telling me y'all were together, boom, y'all broke up, he did what he did, and you did what you did.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say that would you consider it, and be real, you had a whole face? This is not judgment zone.
I guess.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
If you wanna
that-
call it that, it wasn't really, but
Well, I mean, like, I don't know what you did, so I'm
it was
asking
like
you.
the
Yeah.
most fakest whole phase you can ever explain in the planner.
Okay.
And I was just like, nah. This
So
is not
being
for me.
so being a hoe is not for you.
Hell no.
So look, that's what you gotta look
And,
for.
and listen, like I'm not. If you want to do what you want to do as a woman, I'm not
You
judging.
should
But
speak
it's
on
just me.
that. Being a hoe is
It's
not for you. What
really-
does that mean? I like that. Actual
It's
whole
just
caption.
not for
Being
me,
a hoe
like-
is not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
not
saying.
for me, and I don't think it'll ever be. I don't know. I'm the type of person I like that the companionship of one person, and that one person being for me only, and I'm for them only. If that makes sense.
So what happens when that person is not loyal to you and he is stepping outside?
Oh, then it's not for me.
Everybody's
Like-
going to the streets.
Yeah, so my question is
I'm gonna have to. If that does happen to me one day,
So you,
because I know I'm gonna face some.
so with
some
the
stuff.
with the guy that you were with these 10 years, he's never cheated on you?
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, he did. But so like what so,
He's so bad.
what I,
Oh, he did.
So because yo, he's 13 and he just like no. But that's neither here nor there. What makes all right, so like I want to dive deeper on what makes like the whole phase, the street life. Let's just call it the street life. I like that better. The street life not for you. Like in a sense where I know that you like everybody likes the ideology of having a significant other that's loyal to them. But like there are people out there that's like, all right, cool, I can have that and still go have all of this over here. So do you not like to spread yourself thin? Like what is, you know what I'm saying?
I don't like to spread myself thin. Like, it's like you look at me like the only one, or that's it. Like.
What if 10 guys look at you like you're the only one?
I'm not gonna like majority of them. I'm very picky.
So what if you
Very
like 3 of
picky.
them? Because three is not majority.
I don't think I have the capacity for that.
What's your capacity? There we go. I like
One
that.
person.
Okay.
I'm so serious.
Nation, what's your capacity?
You know what? Now?
No. Wait, hold
Think
on.
about that.
Nation, what's your capacity?
Let me think.
Nation, what's your capacity? All right.
No. I have to agree with Leandra. I do want one person, obviously. I've definitely been in situations where I have feelings for multiple people. But
How-
naturally, because of society and because of the way I was raised and because of my traditional like broad upbringing, I naturally see myself with just one person. I can't see myself with 2 people. I'm not for the headache.
Stop it.
So-
Nation, wait,
We
no.
got some merch t-shirts coming. It's called
Yeah.
It Sounds Poetic.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's already there.
Oh, yeah.
It's already there.
That
Click
sounds
the link in
poetic.
our bio.
That sounds very poetic. But let's, Nation, look, we're being real.
I'm being real.
You've been here for too long to give me an answer like that.
I'm being
You've been here for too long to give me an answer like that. I need a real.
What if she
So like,
feels like
okay,
Don't.
what was the max amount of people you were talking to and sexually exploring? Not saying you had sex,
Oh,
but
sexually,
like,
no.
but like maybe you might be kissing one, you might be fucking
No.
another.
When it comes to sexually, no. I've always been with one person. I'm very big on that because I care about my vagina. But talking, like flirting, getting to know, yes, I could see multiple with that. Sexually,
What is
no,
the
Rico,
number
I
of
don't care.
what is my capacity of women? And I said this was the most I ever had was 10 women in rotation at once, and I can't go outside that. What is Naisha on that capacity?
All right, talking wise, not sexual.
Okay, talking
Because like I said, sexual
Whatever.
is only one person. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. This one, that one, whatever's poetic,
have you
I
ever
don't
had
care.
have you ever had a one
But
night
in a
stand?
rotation, no, I never had a one night stand.
Have you ever had a 2-night stand?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, never had that. And I could put that on my kids or whoever. Like, I don't need to lie about that. We're here, this age of the table. Everybody's different. We all come from different walks of life. So everybody has different opinions on how they move with different situations.
Can we get a shirt
I've
that
never
says,
had a one-night
"Where's the
stand."
blue hat"?
No.
I
Rico,
like that.
please.
I like
like,
that. Where's the blue hat? And then somebody handed it to him.
Nobody capping over here. I'm the most bluntest female you've ever come across.
How many guys can you talk
So-
to then, non-sexually?
About 5.
No, and the thing is,
Non-sexually, yes.
You say that people
Non-sexually.
think you're lying, but you're
About
not.
5. And I'll keep you all in rotation and flirt with all of y'all and make all of y'all take me out and make all of y'all spend money on me and you won't get none of this pussy.
Besides one.
And that's nature on the set for you. Ain't no capping over here. Don't let Rico put you in this fantasy world.
All I'm gonna
ain't no
say.
capping over here. Because Rico will be in that rotation.
I'm going to say is
Rico will be in
I
that
highly
rotation.
disagree.
Rico will be
it
in that
sounds
rotation.
real poetic.
Let me tell you. He
It
will be right
sounds real
there.
poetic. Listen, all I'm going to say is this.
No. Don't play with me, Rico.
All right, if you say so, Nisha,
You know better.
we'll leave that alone. But I
Exactly.
disagree. That's what I'm saying. I think that, and this is something that y'all got to be real with yourselves because I'm like, see me in my mind, a hoe is somebody who spreads herself thin, whether she's sexual or not. Right? Because if you spread your attention and you start to spread, and Nisha, for example, is a very emotional person,
I
if you
am.
guys can see. So
I am.
if you are emotionally involved with 5 different people,
Oh, hell
you're-
no. You're crazy.
Don't.
You drive yourself
She
crazy.
said flirt.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
does not mean you're emotional.
Thank you, Leandra.
Because literally,
Okay,
flirting is
okay,
not.
I
so
don't love y'all.
I don't think you guys
I don't love
understand.
y'all.
So let's ask this question because since you ladies misunderstood the question, we didn't ask how many people you can take advantage of at once. That wasn't the question, Nisha. That wasn't the question. The question is, what is your capacity? What is the amount of people you can deal with at once? Emotionally, sexually,
Yeah, but sexually, no. But I just told you only one person. Like,
Sexually,
I will not
Where's
give
the
my
blue
vagina
hat?
to 2 people, Rico. I don't care. Like, I care about STDs. I care about who that person is fucking. Just like you just said,
Right.
guys have side pieces. Guys have wifey side pieces. All this extra
We
shit.
fuck them.
Why do I want 2 guys that have side pieces on top of that? So then I'm just like, that makes no sense.
this is cap right now.
No sense. Fuck out of here.
Yo, throw me your hat.
No, Rico, hold on. I got
Oh, honey.
no
That's a black hat. Ain't no blue hat. So ain't no cap.
You need a black hat for this one.
No judgment zone. No judgment. No judgment, right?
No judgment.
Both of them are clean. They've been to the clinic and everything else, right? Everything is good. Can you have an open relationship with 2 men, like for the long term?
If I was really like emotionally invested in these men, then yes, I could see that possible. But I have never put myself in that situation where I want to have sex with 2 men.
Now,
Like,
I
I've
want you to answer
never.
This question for women who feel that they can have a relationship with 2 men openly. What do you think of that whole scenario?
For women who feel like they can have an open relationship with 2 men, I'm all for it. Like, if you honestly have the confidence and the men are confident in it as well and they're open, everybody's open for it, open communication, then I'm all for it. But I just
What would be the drawback for you?
I just feel like the drawback is, like you said, men can still drive you crazy to an extent. Men still come with something. A relationship still comes with something, men or female,
Can I
regardless.
ask you a question, Aisha?
Having 2 is going to be too much for me.
All right, scratch that, right? I want to get real. Like now I'm getting upset, right?
Good,
So now
get
I want to get
upset.
so real.
Get upset.
I want to get so real with you, right? How long do you wait between having sex with one partner to the next?
I typically,
And then also, what's the shortest amount of time that you waited?
the shortest amount of time is probably like a month that I've waited. And I typically try to wait at least 3 months. Try. But obviously,
So if you had,
no, I'm being honest. But obviously, me being me, I don't like to be alone. Like, I don't like to be alone. So if I'm ending a relationship, let's say Rico, you and I are in a relationship and we end.
Yeah.
I go a month or 2 months. Once I'm hitting that third month, I'm already wanting to be around somebody.
But if we
I'm
want-
already wanting to be around somebody. So that's why I say.
So if
but
we wanna
naturally,
see-
I'm not trying to just jump to the next nigga.
Well, we not-
That's
I
bad
understand.
for me.
Okay.
Fuck
all right,
you.
all
That's
right,
bad
Lisa,
for me.
Just because you raise your voice doesn't mean your point gets better. Let me ask you something, right? So let's say, okay, hypothetically speaking, me and you are dating.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't something serious. Maybe we had a fling for 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
So it's not serious. You're not heartbroken by me and you're not working out. You have sex with, or you have some type of other relations with another man 30 days later, right? But you know, I'm about to come back around
Why are you coming back around?
because it was a fling. We had a disagreement. So I come back around a month after that person, right? But that person was, you know, a one thing after 2 weeks.
But
y'all
I
talked.
just told you I never had a one night stand.
I said 2
Rico.
weeks y'all were talking. Y'all
I'm
went on
telling you
5
right
dates.
now.
Y'all went on 5 dates. He flew you out.
I don't
you
do
actually
those.
okay.
I don't do those. So I'm sorry. I'm not that female.
So you never
You're not gonna sit here
have
and
you ever
hit me with the
recycled
bullshit.
somebody? Have you ever recycled somebody after you just finished talking to somebody else?
No, I never been in that situation.
So you don't okay.
Sorry, I can't answer that. I never been in that situation. And you can't say I'm wrong for that. You can't
Yes,
say
I
I'm
actually
right.
can.
Why? If I never been in that situation, like
All right.
you make no sense right now.
I think
like,
Naisha's capacity is 3 people.
explain why you think that.
Because
Explain.
because
like,
I think Naisha's capacity is 3 people. I think your capacity is 2 people.
Explain.
Well, I feel
Because
like
I'm just like, wait, hold up. Now you're throwing me in there.
yeah. I'm gonna give her. I would give her 3, but I'm gonna give her 2 because she's still slightly heartbroken right now that her love of her life didn't work out. So she will go ahead and she will fathom or exercise her options with 2 different people depending on how far apart. See, Naisha doesn't like to be alone, and Naisha is an attention lover, and also
That
she's
I
a
am.
very romantic person.
That I
So
am.
I believe that Naisha could fall victim to a couple. If I gave Naisha 6 months, I could say, yo, you know what? In that 6 months, her capacity of people was 3 people.
But why? 6 months is such a little time too.
Because you also said it only takes you 30 days.
But damn, I'm not out here opening my legs like
That's only
fucking
3
like
people.
like a revolving door. No, like what the fuck?
Yo, 3 people is a
No,
low
honey,
amount of
sorry.
people.
That ain't this one. This one is.
I think
That's
that.
why you still haven't.
I
gotten
think
it.
no, I haven't because my foot hasn't been on the
No,
gas. It's
honey,
a whole
no,
different
honey.
situation.
No, honey, no.
I've been chilling.
No, honey.
I've been chilling on cruise
And
control.
I'm not gonna air you out on live
I've been
stream
chilling
either,
on cruise
so-
control. You feel what I'm saying? Listen.
Okay, I'm
there's-
not gonna air him out, y'all.
That's cool. Listen, what I'm gonna say is, y'all know who it is. It's me. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. But what I'm gonna say is, it's okay.
And he younger than me. Remember what I said earlier?
Yeah. What I'm gonna say is, and this is what I want women to start doing. I want women to start being real with themselves about their capacity level, because I feel like, not for nothing, and I could be wrong, but I feel like you kind of didn't answer the question. You deflected the question. I feel like you also deflected the question too, because we all know. Well, not we all, but you all know how many men y'all could deal with within one sitting. If I give you a 6 months time frame, I say, what's your capacity of men? The max that you could do and the max that you did, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more than one person. And this is, am I lying?
though.
Am I lying?
You are lying
Am
because
I
I
lying?
just said
Am I lying?
sexually.
Okay.
I just said sexually it was only one person. So
But she was in a relationship for 10 years too. She's only 24. Like, we'll see when you get 31. Like, then it'd be a different ballgame.
I've
Like,
been single for
8 months.
2 years, not consecutively. 2 years separately.
Total, yeah. But you've been adult for
And
5
each
years.
Year
For
was
5 years.
different. Each year was different, and I was mentally different.
You've been an adult.
Yeah.
I said you've been an adult for 5 years. Like, so, like, you're still. I'm just saying that you're very young. Like, so.
Rico's on 100 today.
How important is it for you to keep a good girl image to yourself?
It's just an image, though. It's how I truly feel. So.
It's so
Okay,
it's
I
so
like that.
hard to have a good girl image.
Like, it's
Bad girls are the ones that make history.
And the thing is, like,
Bad girls actually don't make as big a history as good girls.
No,
okay,
honey.
like, it's not so
Check
much
your-
a good girl
check your history.
image. It's just how I feel. It's how I was raised. It's how it is how I feel. And I've noticed that throughout the time that I've tried to, date and explore, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You speaking for the other girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, and I know that I'm not the only one. Like, I know there's definitely like females out there that.
Do you have those?
They
Are any of them your friends?
Are any of them my friends?
Like, do you have any thought friends?
Of course.
Has any of your thought friends encouraged you to thought?
Like, thought with me.
I mean, like, yeah, they weren't like, no, you better, no, but like,
They were encouraging. They're like,
they were like,
Go outside. It's 2021.
like, but I was like, we outside.
We outside.
I've seen girls like that though in real life. I'm like, she don't belong here. Like, she don't belong.
Here.
Get her home. Why did y'all bring her out?
But you guys want the girl.
No,
Exactly.
No.
Because she ain't twerking.
Stop yelling.
Because she
Why
ain't
you
twerking
yelling?
for
Relax.
you. Because she
Relax,
ain't
bro.
twerking for you.
Relax.
Because she ain't
No,
twerking
that's
for
not
you.
the case. Listen.
Stop your shit, yo.
Like, the thing is, is like, yo, Nation, you're crazy right now. Chill. So like,
Stop your shit right now.
The question is
Mhm.
for Leandra, right? You see how her boyfriend broke up and they couldn't get together.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I'm not heartbroken
oh,
anymore.
anymore.
And I remember that comment.
Anymore.
So
You want to lock hands with me? Only people that lock hands with me, you know. So be careful,
Listen,
Lily.
it didn't work out. It is what it is, and it is what it should be. And
But
that's it.
my question, and this is a real shit. This is an eight at the table question. So if you can answer this question, can you make sure that we got her stay a little close to Rico so we can make sure we pick up the sound all around.
Okay.
When you broke up with dude and y'all got back together, in between that time, a couple other dudes slid in there. Or you
In
did
between
your
the
thing.
time where I
In
was
between the time when you was on
Single.
break,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you re-slid
It's okay.
back in there, did something in you was like, man, that shit ain't as good as what I've been getting out there.
Wait, what?
Was he better, or was he was he
Better
less
in the
than
bedroom.
was he less than in the bedroom than whatever you got while you were single?
Yeah.
When y'all got back.
You got back together. Were you like, damn, like I shouldn't have gotten back with him?
Yo, you gotta keep it real. Like you laughing, like come on.
When he got back, because remember that day, I'm going to play this.
See, she lied to him. She lied to him and said, "I did it, but it didn't mean it was whack." Like you feel me?
So what I'm saying to you is that you remember that day when y'all got back together and you took your clothes off, he took his clothes off.
Like the
and
first
he went
time having
inside of
sex
you?
again.
He said, "Oh, here we go
First time you had
again."
sex again, you were 24. You know what?
23.
23. You know when it triggered in your mind? Then I ain't like that thing I've been getting out there. What happened in that thought?
Actually, no, that didn't happen. I was just like, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when you love somebody. No, I'm so sick.
All right.
Call it whatever you want.
I'm gonna let her speak.
Call it
Rico,
whatever you
before she
want.
speaks, Rico, can you react to that question, please? Let Rico take it. You know what? I'm gonna get. No, I can't record it right now.
Matter of fact, I was 22. Correction, 22.
Andrew, you were in the middle of speaking, so say.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, Leandra.
No, it's okay.
Because you were about to give it.
You were laughing.
You were right. Yo,
You were
know what
laughing.
You was about to give it, and then you went like this. Oh my
And you
God.
did a finger roll.
Leandra, let it go. Your talent.
What?
Let it go.
And at the table, we are a transparent place. No, we're transparent.
No,
All right?
so-
No.
We're transparent. Go ahead,
Not
go ahead.
trying to mess up
So
the
yes,
flow.
so when I was 22, I got back with my ex who I broke up with, at maybe the end of 21 or beginning of 22, I can't remember. But I will say this, like when we did get back and we rekindled things, I definitely feel like it topped anything else that I did while I was single, because at the end of the day, love wins. And that's what I stand by. And call it poetic or whatever you want to call it. But
Can I
that's
ask you a
what I stand
question? Why did you laugh?
by.
Why did you laugh? If the love wins, why was it so funny at first? Oh, you can't answer. You can't answer. Where's the blue hat? Where's the blue hat?
I
Give it
stopped
to
and
me.
I really laughed. Stop it.
Like, all right. So look, what I want you to do is never do that again, Lily. All right.
So, but
Lily?
you know what I want you to not ever do again?
I will-
Call me Lily.
I gotta deal with you. I got a
Do not ever
deal for you. Give me the truth, and I'm done.
I just gave you the truth.
That was the truth. That was the truth. That was the truth, Lily.
What did I say about that?
You know
Don't
what?
call me Lily.
Leandra.
Leandra.
Look,
Exactly.
Leandra. So that's what I'm calling you now.
Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. We're gonna
All right, so like Nace, I'm gonna ask the same question because we already know her answer. You know, a wise man. I'm gonna just say something to you. A wise man once said that when you don't answer the question, you answer the question.
Listen. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say right now?
I want you to say, why were you laughing when the question was first proposed to you, but then again, love wins?
Okay, yes, because love wins. But like Alan asked, he said, you know, were there some experiences that were better than, you know, blah, blah, blah. Of course there were.
Okay.
But it doesn't top love. That's my point.
Okay. I got a better question for you. Wait, I got a better question for you. I got
Let me know when. I got some questions from the audience.
All right, this is my last question for Leandra. Leandra.
Leandra.
I'm gonna give you a second to correct that.
Leandra, I got a question for you, right? So, y'all single now. Y'all been single for about a year.
Yeah.
Have you doubled back to anybody that you did initially when you were single on your first round?
No.
Okay. That was it. And I could believe it, even though I don't believe it. I will believe it.
No, I'm being dead serious.
So wait, okay, all right. Here's a better question then. I'm sorry. I have one more question for you. What made the sex better?
She's like,
You said
her eyes were like.
you said that one of them was better. So what made the sex better than it?
Leandra, share. Like, if you, listen, just so you know. Listen. On some real shit, Leandra, listen to what I'm saying to you. On 8 at the table, you have a key that opens doors for a lot of people.
True.
Sharing your true experience.
No,
We're
more.
gonna break by answering these questions, but I'm for real.
Yeah.
I watch your page.
I know,
how
I'm
talented
just
you
not
are.
used to sharing
I
this
know how
stuff,
talented
but,
you are,
you know.
and I know how open you could be. But before we do that, we're gonna answer some questions. The first
You got
question
lucky.
is
Saved
from
by the bell.
Queen Cakes Mukbang, who sent us $5. Said, "Can you handle that your wife would never look at you the same if you cheat, and even if she takes you back, you'll never have the heart like you once had."
That's true.
Yes, I can.
And even for women, if a man cheats on you too, I feel like you, as a woman, you look at your man different too after that. You're like, damn, now I gotta be worried that he might do it again, or now I gotta be on top of him more, or now I gotta change my ways and make him love me more or something, keep him more happy. It works both ways.
I would say like if you are a man that cheated in your relationship and you were caught, you confessed, blah 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 blah. It's known that you have cheated in your relationship. I would say as a man, you owe her. You know what I'm saying?
Like to
As long as she hasn't cheated
make her
before.
feel good.
Yeah, you owe her not to really to make her feel good in the
To make her feel like you're sorry for what you did.
No, you owe her to give. I don't want to say that because like
Appreciation for staying.
Nasa, let me talk. Right?
I'm like, say something, man.
You owe her. You owe her the best version of you.
Okay, I like that answer.
Like I don't like that sympathy thing because I can send you flowers every day, but that flowers every day because it says I'm sorry is stupid. You know what I'm
like
saying?
that version.
But you owe the best version of you to that woman.
And vice versa. Like
And
if
vice
a woman
versa,
cheats
yeah,
on a
yeah.
man.
Well, it's most likely gonna be done. But if
That's not true.
but only if I cheat first. But if you are giving your best version of yourself to somebody, and I'm gonna give you 24 months, and that person is still dwelling on that fact, it's time for you to accept that you ruined it and move forward.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with
Next
that.
question is from Brian William, who sent us $4.99. He said, "It would be great if they took callers or had an interactive live Zoom or FaceTime." So
Okay.
we are gonna work on that. We're gonna figure out. We just learning how to.
Correct.
We're gonna have the 8 phone.
Correct, guys. Bear with us. We are
Dial
growing.
1-800-8 at the table.
We are growing every day. As you can see, we are.
8. All 8s. Oh, we need an all 8s.
Wait, can they give our plug, please?
I'm sorry.
Give our plug.
I'm sorry.
Bear with us, guys. We are growing every day. As you can see, we are now streaming live Mondays and Thursdays via YouTube. But we're growing. We got you. We're taking these requests, and it's coming, okay?
And you can
We are an independent company. We got merch too now.
Yeah.
Click the link in the bio.
I get some 8 at the table hoodies, and I actually saw them really dope. They say no judgment zone on the back.
And
Also-
guys, this poster right here behind me,
Yep.
you want to get this. You want to put this in your living room, put this in your bedroom. You see everything it says. No sexism, no racism, no ableism, no ageism, no homophobia, no fatphobia. Everything. No judgment zone. That's what we do here.
Dorm rooms.
Yeah.
We have a next question.
Yeah.
The next question is from Josh Bounty, who said the mental gymnastic is on steroid with this woman on Rico's right side. The cap level is over 9,000.
This is what I got for you. Right here, right here.
That's
You
9,000.
can put your face
too.
right here. It's 9,000.
That's the
It's
wop
9,000. No, maybe 10,000, baby. 10,000.
Wop.
So and then we got Derek Ben Anthony, who sent us $5. Said Rico ain't even pressing right now. Help level set the ladies, bro.
Help level set.
Help level set the ladies.
Like kill them. Yeah. You know what it is? See, the thing is, sometimes I'm gonna tell you, my man, it's like you gotta let people expose themselves. We already watched her laugh at the questions. We watched Nation cap at her capacity of men.
Rico knows better.
Where's the blue hat for today?
He knows better.
We're gonna figure
I'm
out
gonna.
who could
Hey, you
close
know what
this.
I'm gonna do? On the next segment, I'm back on my referee. I'm bringing my flag, and every time you cap, I'm throwing my flag at you, Nisha.
We're gonna see if we could close this out
Yeah.
with Leandra being as open to us.
Leandra's face, she's like.
What drug did you take that was so good that made you said? Because I saw the way you said, "Oh, it's over." You just went back there to taste it was still the same taste, and you was like, "Oh no, it's done."
She like to keep her options.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Ruin it now.
But it
Burn the
was-
bridge.
But like, does it have to be about the sex? It
Yes.
wasn't about the
Obviously,
sex.
it was about the sex.
No,
Somebody
of
tighten you
course
up better
not.
than he did. It's not complicated.
No.
So
It's
you
not
all right?
even that.
All right. So let's be real then. All right, because now we're gonna be real for real.
Mhm.
You said, Leandra said that there was somebody that was better than your long-term boyfriend, ex-boyfriend during the period of time that y'all broke up. Correct. But love won, which means that you're probably a person that likes that passion and emotion in your sexual experiences. But the sex with him, whoever him was better in the sense of like, I don't know, like whatever it might be
I'm
better.
not saying that.
Wait, one more request.
Wait, hold
We
it.
got
You know,
Panda House and-
you know that is, you know
Panda
that you
House
said
and
that, right?
$2.
No,
I got $2, both for women, both for the women to keep it 100. $1 for each to keep it 100.
They're paying because y'all are lying. You know that?
I need more money than that, baby.
Yo, all right, we're gonna get to you later. But yo, you said that there was somebody that was the sex was better with somebody else. That's
Yes, that's
what made it better.
It was just better in general.
But like, what makes sex better for a woman? Like, cause if I have sex with you,
Okay, I can answer that. When I feel safe in somebody's presence, when I feel like they're not bullshitting me, when they're being upfront with me, when they're being 100 with me.
so when you're having
Because
sex,
the minute I feel like that's not true,
so
then I'm gonna feel
how
like, damn.
how well did you know the guy that you felt? So you're telling me somebody that
Yeah, like that guy
you knew somebody
during
for
that
6
breakup,
months,
that guy that you had sex with made you feel safe?
safer than somebody that you knew for 10 years?
Wow.
Why?
And the thing, and my thing is,
Talk about.
people can there's people that can walk into your life.
That's what I was just about to say.
There's people that
Talk
can walk
about
into
it.
your
Talk
life
about it.
today that'll make you feel safer than somebody
Okay.
you've known your whole life.
Talk about it.
And that's crazy to me, and I've experienced it.
What made you feel safer?
Your
You can.
energy.
Everybody can make you feel safer. What made you feel? Were they bigger? Were they stronger? Did they hold you
It has nothing to do
tighter?
with it,
Like,
Rico.
what make you feel safer? You're not answering the question.
Because you're not letting me talk.
Talk. The floor is
First
yours.
of all,
And don't
it has
cap.
nothing to do with anything sexual. It's literally the energy, what they do for you.
What did he do?
He paid her bills.
I like this
It
one.
has nothing to do
What
with
did
money.
he do for you, Leandra? How did he?
He lit.
Yeah, we got two. Derek Ben Anthony said, nah. He said, nah, not kill them, LOL. Tell them where they are in reality based on facts. I love my sisters. So he's showing love. He's saying he love his sisters. And then Leland came back and said, ask her. Leland gave $4.99. Derek gave $5. Leland said, ask her how long was he her friend before he got it, or was it a one and done?
No, you were childhood love. So.
Okay.
No, the guy that she had sex while she was single.
Money made her safer.
I just answer the question, bro. Come on.
So it was actually somebody that I didn't know for a while. But yes, and it's crazy because I never thought like I would feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell you like, you know, we met up, we, you know, spent time together, and I was just like, oh my God, like I've really never felt like this, even with the person I was with for 10 years.
So how did you stop having sex with him? Because I want to know how you stopped having sex with him. If he made you feel safer, he made you feel more secure. You liked him so much.
It was
he was
complicated.
That you went back to your ex.
Very complicated.
He was married.
He was married.
He had a girl.
Yo, just
He was
say
married.
it. Like,
No, it was a lot of factors that just made it complicated.
Such as?
Like, it was like, you know, it was distance. It was just
Okay.
a lot of issues that.
so he was just too far for you.
Distance is
Nah,
important.
It
nah,
wasn't
nah.
only distance, but because I don't think distance is a lot. but
Distance
it's
is
not
So if
important.
he was your neighbor, you
I
wouldn't
can't
be
do no
having
long
sex with him
distance shit.
again?
I don't know about all that. I don't know.
She's gonna cap. I mean, not cap, but she's
Okay, maybe she's not
comfortable.
sharing.
Okay.
Whatever.
I feel like you can't have sex with your neighbor. They're your fucking neighbor. Then you gotta deal with them being next door. to you all the time.
Most people have sex with their neighbor actually.
What?
Yeah. If your neighbor looks good, have you ever had a Rico as your neighbor? No.
What?
If you had a Rico as your neighbor, it would be different. They
No,
said.
I don't think
basically
so.
Rico saying that he sleeps with his neighbors.
If my neighbor was beautiful, yes, I would sleep with my neighbor. Yeah. My neighbors aren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the fuck you want me to say? That's how you do this the right way.
Yo, guys, if you
No
hear me
offense to
snore,
my neighbors.
please.
Neighbors.
I don't want to hear no comments.
This is
about
a
my
no
snoring.
judgment zone for my neighbors, all right?
No judgment zone.
Exactly,
You've
no
been judging me
judgment
from
zone.
left
No,
to right
because you've been lying left, right, up and down, sideways, diagonal, horizontal, vertical. I just want the truth. That's all we want the truth.
Listen, Rico, not everybody's like you.
Be honest?
Okay? No, like you, like a hoe.
Be honest?
Like you, like
You could
Body.
you could be a lying hoe. You know that?
no,
You don't think you could be a lying hoe?
maybe. Like you.
Let me ask you a question. Have
Like
you ever
you?
lied about, like, you had a whole face, right?
When I was younger, yeah.
Yeah. You ever lied to somebody about the capacity of your whole face?
No.
Okay, so what was that whole face like?
Sexually, still one person. But I was just.
Yo, take my mic off. I'm done for today. Like, nah. I'm fucking done. How is that?
Because you don't have to sleep with multiple people to be a hoe.
So what's
you
your
just
whole
said
face?
it. You
What's
just
your
said
whole
it.
face?
Talking to multiple people still makes you a hoe.
What's your whole
You
face?
just said it. You said it
What's-
before.
what's
So
your
you
whole-
contradicting
What's
yourself.
your whole face? What is your whole face, Nisha?
Talking to multiple people. Talking to multiple people.
But how is
Talking
that
to multiple
okay?
people. Exactly. Like
But
Yo.
if you're flirting or talking to multiple people, that's
clearly, like Rico said, that still makes you a hoe.
Can I
That
tell,
still
can I
makes
tell
you
you
a
lady
hoe.
something? Can I tell you lady something? You're both fired.
You're fired. Guys, I'm the talent manager here. I handle all the talent, guests and cast members. Rico's done. Not playing. Rico's my favorite. Rico's my favorite.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yes.
Harvest, happy Friendsgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Let's close it
Yeah,
out, guys.
okay.
And Leandra, thank you so much.
I'm not clapping today. I'm so
I
upset with
will.
you.
Leandra, thank you so much for coming to us today.
Of
You
course.
were amazing, even though Rico didn't agree with half of what you said. I do, baby. So you were amazing. You were amazing.
I actually, you know what it is? I respect you. Even though if I don't agree with you. But I only respect when I hear the truth.
But you didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you gave me the half tiptoe truth.
No, I didn't.
You did this. You was tap dancing.
That's the most raw I've ever been on TV. So.
All right, I'm not saying that you haven't been wrong, but I think you could do even more.
All right, guys. Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Because I told you about
at home.
interlocking. I told you what happens when you interlock with me. So be careful. Leandra.
Lily.
I didn't say it this time, she said.
Nobody ever calls me Lily.
But everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's segment.
Yes.
Thank you. This is It at the Table. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Friendsgiving. And if you got a
Whatever
side
it
piece,
is, you celebrate.
if you got a side piece, make sure you save them a wing or two.
Don't do that. Don't have a side piece.
Make sure you check on them.
Yeah.
Make sure she eats good.
Yeah. We're going to eat later.
Tune in next time to 8 at the Table. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure those notifications are on. Make sure you are following our page.
Yep.
We stream live every Monday and Thursdays via YouTube, and we go live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Instagram. This is 8 at the Table.
And one more thing. Don't forget to click on that link in our bio and go ahead and get yourself some 8 at the Table merch. There's going to be a bunch of merch coming out, and we're going to be doing so many different things. And if you want to support us, this is a great way to support us.
Yes,
as
keep
an
in mind
independent
we're an independent company, so
And I
need
saw
that
some of the
support.
merch. I saw some of the merch. It's fire. So
And we're going to have a What You Bring to the Table shirt sponsored by your man, Rigo Hundo.